on the daily chart on euro dollar, we can see that there's a bit of reversal right now. Okay, down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, we can see that these kind of arrows, it does help us to identify trading opportunities. So let's say you are looking for a buying opportunity. Once the arrow has showed up, you can wait for a retest to the same level. So over here, it never retests immediately, but here is fine. Okay, so it gives a retest of the previous arrow. Okay, then you can engage over here and trade towards the other end. All right, so that's on the 4-hour chart. So over here is a bit like a double bottom. Okay, down to the 1-hour chart. All right, so on the 1-hour chart, we can see that it's retest on the previous high right now. That's basically what it is. Back to daily, let me share with you my analysis. All right, so my analysis on the daily chart, we have a sideways bounce over here to the 4-hour. If the market break and close below the support level, then we will have a bullish crab pattern that form at 1.0321 level. At the 1-hour chart, someone spotted a bad pattern, right? I think it's Weekly, correct?
Yeah, but then still need to wait for some confirmation.
Yeah, there are some confirmation. So a more direct one will be a shark pattern. Okay, so a shark pattern has already engaged and moving towards the first target. And usually at shark, we do have a 5-0 pattern for a shorting opportunity. All right, so apart from that, Weekly has discovered this. In fact, I think the software has discovered as well. Let's see how it goes. All right, so on the 1-hour chart, we have this bad pattern over here. Correct, this is the bad that you are looking at, right?
Yes.
Yep, somewhere over here. So one thing nice about this bad pattern is that it does completes at the what you call the previous high level. So it will give me a higher chance of looking for a shorting opportunity over here. Okay, so we'll still be observing on this. So I want to keep my chart as clean as possible because right now there's still have one of the running trades over here. Okay, so let me just go to the next pair. Hi Sam. All right, so on the next pair, pound dollar is a very interesting pair. It is running on a bearish trend, market retrace, but it have not reached the previous high and it started to go into a consolidation right now. Down to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, we can see that the market start to have a bit of pressure pushing downwards. So this is the first break, I would say, of the most recent support, but the bigger support over here is still not broken. So before you get all caught up into shorting it, I do have a different view. All right, so it may still push up to a high level for a shark pattern to short at a much higher price. Later we see if the software can pick it up. On the 1-hour chart, this is what we have. All right, so market has bearish movement, retraces and break and close below the low. All right, so typically this will be about the level I'm looking for a shorting opportunity. Back to daily, let me share with you my analysis over here. This is the crab pattern that traders we have already engaged this trade. It's a 800 pips move to the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, a bearish bet that has took place. Took both of the target profit already. Okay, and I've spotted something over here. Okay, so let me just draft it out first and we'll see whether the software can pick it up. Somewhere over here. Okay, so somewhere over here, that will be a shark pattern. And let's see if it picked it up. Let it look for a while. Alright, and this is more for the 4-hour chart, so we will just keep it at 4-hour. Okay, so I'll just turn on the software when we go through a analysis. So 1-hour chart, this is what I'm looking at. Alright, so the crab pattern has been spotted. Alright, so let me just focus on this bearish movement first. Market came down, went up, came back down. So of course, for sellers who are looking for a selling opportunity, you can wait for this sell zone over here. Okay, and yep, so this sell zone over here for a shorting opportunity. Apart from that, this crab pattern at this level, okay, it has already have a arrow that showed up. So if you wait for retest, this will be the valid price to engage the trade, 1.22559. Alright, so students that have the software can double check on this. And of course, target 1 will be here, target 2 will be here, stop loss will be this HOP level since these have not been touched yet. Okay, so let's see how this react, this entire setup. So 1.2396, let's cross check. 2396, oh, this is 26. Alright, so 2396 is just somewhere over here. Okay, previous structure. Okay, so 1-hour chart, pretty cool setup. We have a crab pattern over here that has formed up. So the previous crab pattern, this was the confirmation. So this was the stop. So likely the market hit the stop. Alright, on this level over here. But this is a tricky part. It formed at the hop level, but it gives you a up arrow again. So during the retest over here, it is a valid trade to trade up again. Okay, so for my students, then this will be the lowest point. Then you use our buffer, our usual buffer, to put the stop loss below. Alright, and this trade hit the first target, you shift stops to entry. Most probably the stop take out the second target at entry price, so second target is not available to trade up. Alright, and of course the next crab pattern has formed up over here. Okay, towards the first target. So what happens if you miss the setup? Just wait, alright, just wait. Okay, so yeah, so guys on Zoom, you can interact, you need not to keep like all quiet if you, yeah, so just to let you know. Alright, however, Q&A will be a much later part. Let me just hide this first when we are running through the chart over here. Alright, so let's have a look on dollar yen. Dollar yen on the daily chart, it is still do not have a very strong trend. It do not have a distinct trend, let's put it this way. Bearish movement, bullish movement, but this bullish movement, it did not break any of the high. It did not break the high over here. And when this bearish movement move, it moved in one clean move. Alright, so not much of a trend, but you can see that the overall tone is more bearish than bullish. So how do you see that? Recent candle is more black than white. I use white as bullish, black as bearish. Okay, so this is one sign you can see, but that doesn't say that it is a bearish trend. Okay, so on the 4-hour chart, there is a bearish movement over here. Market has a break and close above the high one time. So you need another break and close above the high to call it a bullish trend at 107. Alright, so what I can do over here is to add an alert and do a alert for our chart, check for break above, close above for bullish trend. Okay, I'll just set an alert over here, so there's no need for me to keep on staring at the charts, or it helps me to reduce the staring part to the minimum. All right, so this is on the 1 hour chart, very strong bullish movement. So I think there's a bad pattern over here. Okay, later let's see. Back to the daily chart, let me share with you my analysis and see what the software picked up as well. Bullish bad pattern, much lower price, looking at 10228 for a buying opportunity. Down to the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, nothing much. 1 hour, all right, so over here there is a, yep, so you see the crab pattern has been spotted, both by myself and the software. You see, that's the amazing part. All right, so of course this is the hop level, you can see now. All right, but this is at the time when I do my calculation, the hop is over here. Okay, so it's fine, it's okay. So after the arrow has showed up over here, when a retest came back up at this level, this is actually 10775 is a level that you can engage to short it. Okay, so let's say you have not, the market has really reached the first target, moving towards the second target. So at any point, if the market reverse, all right, there is a shorting opportunity, and of course I can draw a trend line over here. Okay, connecting to the second point without cutting the candles, and I can set an alert. And I want this alert. This is a 1 hour chart, UJH1. Crab pattern is a profit trend line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to observe how the market reacts once it came back up to the trend line level. Okay, so let me just make sure that the visibility is correct. Okay, great. Okay, so that is your crab pattern. Okay, waiting for a retest. My take is this trade is already gone, meaning to say that it has already reached the first level, moving towards the second level. So there's not much we are waiting for. Hi Erica, Benson, Polly. Alright, to the Euro Yen next pair. Okay, daily chart. You can see that it's a common sight on this. So later we will just see other pairs as well. The yen pair, yen seems to have a bit of appreciation. Okay, Euro Yen is moving downwards. Hi Erica, it has been quite some time, yeah. How are you doing there? Hope all is fine. Alright, so a very strong bearish movement over here. Recent candle, very bearish. Okay, so well, if you're looking for a shorting opportunity, you can wait for a retest at 11732. That's about close to 100 pips, slightly less than 100 pips away. So let's see how it goes. I'm very bearish on Euro Yen pair. Okay, so 4 hour chart, we have a V bottom over here. Okay, a bit of a sign of a shorting opportunity coming up. So let's just observe. To the 1 hour chart, this is what I have. Previous bearish movement, market break and close above one time. So need to have another break to say a change of trend towards the upside. Alright, back to daily. Let me just share with you my analysis as well as what the software has picked up. Alright, so my analysis has picked up a butterfly pattern. Likewise, the software has done as well. This is my top level that I've calculated at that level at that time. So if you take note that there isn't any upside arrow that showed up near the hop level, so I did not engage for a buying opportunity over here. Okay, so the arrow became a very important filter. On the 4 hour chart, if you ignore the butterfly pattern, you can see that my overall trend, I'm looking at a very bearish setup. So waiting for this test to happen, and it's a 4 hour chart, so it's not that difficult for me to really observe at every 1, 4 and 1, 5 and 9 p.m. and a.m. candles to see whether there is a confirmation over here. Okay, so this is the level that I'm looking for a longer term shorting opportunity, or at least on the 4-hour chart and the daily chart, I'm looking for a shorting opportunity over here. To the 1-hour chart. Alright, so on the 1-hour chart, okay, this is what's going to happen on the 1-hour chart. We are waiting for a nothing much over here. In fact, a retest of the previous high 11675 for a shorting opportunity. Okay, that is a retest of the previous high over here. That's about it. All right, so to the next pair. Let me just hide this. Okay, so pound yen, on the daily chart, market have a bearish movement over here. Okay, bearish movement over here, there's a strong bearish movement sign. Then we have a bit of retracement at this level. Okay, so overall movement for pound yen is bearish on the daily chart. Down to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, market has this bearish movement, came back up to the previous resistance, and we have this down arrow again. So when it came back up at this level, actually you can short it. 132.89 is a great level. This is a 120 pips movement. All right, down to the 1 hour. 1 hour, this is what we have over here. Okay, so not a very distinct move yet. Okay, so a bit of waiting at this level. Back to daily, let me share with you my analysis and let's see what the software picked up as well. All right, so we have a bad pattern looking for a shorting opportunity at 14261. Pretty good deep crab pattern that never worked out. So you do observe that during this deep crab pattern, if we do not have an upside arrow, it's a no to engage. So if you follow that rules, then you will not hit any stop loss on this bullish bad crab pattern. All right, but this bearish bad pattern is still on the way. All right, so let's see how it goes. To the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, basically this blue box is my buying price, and the red box is a selling price I'm looking at. So at the bare minimum, if let's say I'm looking for a support resistance trade at 13081, I'll be waiting for a buying opportunity at this level. Okay, so to the 1 hour. All right, so this is one of the amazing trade, right, Weekly? All right, this is very amazing, huh? You're saying?
Very amazing.
Sorry?
Very amazing.
Yeah, in fact. So a lot of times, if traders out there, you are like trading harmonic and you're saying that, hey, this thing doesn't work. Well, I will say that it works. Firstly, did you trade it correctly? That's one. The second part is do you have a correct reward is to risk ratio? All right. So first, the software spotted a bullish bad pattern over here. I did not engage this trade. You guys should know I never buy this bullish bad pattern, mainly because the arrow never show as well. That's one. Secondly, there is no confirmation candle. Yeah, and thirdly, I don't quite like the C point over here. Okay, so apart from that, this is this is the best trade. All right, so we have a bearish bad pattern. Okay, we have plotted it. The software has detected it. So to avoid confusion, let me just hide the software plotting first. All right, so we engaged over here. We shorted one time. Market came down, took our profit one. Then I shift my stop loss to entry price. Market went up, touched my stop loss entry. Nothing happened, so I didn't do anything. Then the market start to come down again. Never touched the first targets, so I didn't do anything as well. Anyway, there's no trade. And it retests at this level. So note that this trend line was drawn before this point formed, and it started to catch my attention. The third point it formed, it never break and close above it. Market came down, went back up. This is the candle. This is the candle. When it was all bullish over here, one of my very different. In fact, it's the first time that I think my students see that I have my stop loss, I have my target profit, I do not have my entry price. Okay, so entry price I wrote trend line, correct? Remember that? Okay, so what happened is once the candle touches this price, shorted at 13281, and I definitely have shared with all my subscribers that we are shorting now. So I just leave it as it is. Then I call it a day. Okay, so I leave my stop loss there and stuff like that. Hit back to my Netflix. All right, so yeah, so it was quite a busy week, so I reward myself a bit with Netflix. All right, so market then came down. All right, all the way at the third candle, it touches. This is the challenging part. For those who are watching it live, any of my students or any traders on Facebook saw this movement live? Anyone? This movement over here? No one, huh? Wee Tong is really celebrating, is it? That's why I never see. So this is the tricky part. At 13206 is my first target. Market come to 13209. Of course, we have to factor in the spread. So as you can see over here, it seems like it has touched 13206, but in live, I missed by 3 pips. Then you can just imagine how the candle rebounds over here and close it. And this is what at the moment that time last night I saw exact thing. So that's why it's important for you to really look into things like you should already plan out your trade and follow your trade plan. Understand? If you never plan out your trade plan, you say that, oh, there is a bad pattern, let's engage it. Alright? Imagine you have already engaged it, you saw this, 3 pips away from it. Then you start to recall all those selected memory that you missed the trade by a bit. And the market go against you. From a profitable trade, it become a losing trade. Make sense? Alright, then you start to do crazy things. You start to intervene and say, no, I can read you market, I'm going to exit the trade. So you close both of your trade, your target 1 and your target 2. And guess what happened to the market? The market saw you exiting the trade, so decided to give you a hard time. He showed you that he hit your first target. Then you say that it's fine, it's going to rebound. Why not I just buy it up? Okay, then I can short it down again. This kind of trading, I call it the Hollywood trading. Alright, so you only get to see in the movie. Alright, then you say, okay, I can do that too. See, look left, structure, there's a support. I bet it's going up. Alright, there's no need for a confirmation. Let's engage over here. I know better. So engage a trade, market go against you. I say, never mind, it's coming back, it's coming back, it's coming back. Alright, guess what happened? Bam! Hit your supposedly target 2. Then you decided maybe you enter one more trade to save it all up, right? Alright, so guess what happened? This part I didn't know. Alright, so it go into a bit of consolidation, and this is definitely very, very frustrating for traders if you enter double entry, revenge trades without planning it, and right now you are at I call it a limbo state. That means you are this trade is not alive, this trade is not dead. Alright, so this is the eternal suffering that you sign up yourself for. Okay, so it's very important to really lay out your trade plan. So what actually happened yesterday that go through my mind? I have the same thoughts. Alright, I saw the same thing over here. I missed it by 3 pips. Okay, then I say, hey Rain, this is your trade plan. There's a trend line. You follow your rules. If it hits stops, it hits stops. That's it. Okay, I'm just going to follow my trade plan. And of course, being a good trader, I have set my alerts and make sure I receive notification. Yeah, so I was on my bed. I think it's about 11 p.m. thereabout. Yeah, then the next candle it just decided to come down and ask me to have a look at the chart again. So I was about to having my me time, then I saw this target profit trigger. So for viewers or traders that been following me for quite some time, you know that once target 1 has reached, I will shift stops to entry. Correct? Agree? So I turned on my computer. Yes, I know I can watch from my mobile phone, but I don't want to miss any details because yeah, I don't want to make a wrong decision. All right. And being a trainer, to make a wrong decision, it may not just affect me, it affect my subscriber as well. So I have a look over here. I say, okay, target 1 reached, great. Then I look at the chart, it was here. Previous support, I saw this as well. Look left, resistance. I was like, oh man, I cannot shift my stops to entry because there are two ways of reading a resistance over here at this point. I can read it this way, correct, which I have plotted, or I can read it this way. Where's my line? Okay, I can read it this way. This is the ultimate resistance. All right. So if the market chooses to rebound, when up, off by a bit, never violate this major resistance. So the overall trend is still falling. Even my red box over here says a selling opportunity. Yes. Then it chooses to come down. Okay. So I'll get stop out entry on my second target, and I'll miss this entire move. So by looking at the structure, I say, for this case, there's no way I can shift my stops to entry. When I wake up, the good news was it has just slide all the way down, which I prefer definitely, and hit my second target. And now I'm out. That means this trade is done. All right. So just a bit of I hope that this can be quite a good learning opportunity for those who are even watching the Facebook, because I find that this is why a lot of traders been trading and they look back, they do their back test, they do their demo trade, all is good, but when they go live, all went south. All right, because you did not plan the trade in advance, you've never follow your plan through. Yes, once in a while, you make a decision of intervention of the trade and you got it right, but this kind of thing is hard to keep tab on it. And I learned from many years of trading that and in fact this will be one of my podcasts for friends who didn't know I start this podcast series. I'm trying my best to do contents on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. So the next episode I've not recorded, that will be Friday. I recorded 3 at one go, but maybe next round I have to record 4. Yeah. All right. So because the first post started Friday, so this Friday I do not have content yet. But this is one of the content that I have scheduled and I have in mind. You see, why traders are losing money? Because we are looking for two major mistakes, and this will be 2 different individual episodes. The first thing is you feel that you have to be correct to be profitable. Okay, so this is very important, and students within our community, you shouldn't find that this is something that is very new. It's not. I've been saying that you just need a 2:1 ratio, having a 40% accuracy, you can already be profitable. And by having such a low accuracy and you can be profitable, it really lower down your stress level, provided you never overtrade it. You shouldn't trade more than 1% per trade, especially when you just started this. All right, so what is my definition of just started? Simple. Very simple. If within the last 12 months your total net profits, net gains is you didn't earn at least $1. All right, okay, let's not be mean, at least 5%, then you are really new. All right, so don't risk more than 1% on that, because when that happen, when you caught your losing streak, your emotion is not balanced enough to enter the next trade, because you have used it so much and on the previous losing trade that you start to say, okay, right now the trend might be against me, let's take it a break. And guess what happened? If you have watched the old commercial of Kit Kat, that's when the panda will come out from the cave and start dancing, right? And you're the photographer, you missed that shot. If you still remember that, then we belong in the same generation. Alright, so that's that. That's the first thing. The second thing that traders make this mistake, and this is my recent aha moment, that I realized that it is so interesting. We all want to be right, correct? So when we start to do our plotting and stuff like that, I'm still looking for words and how to describe this. Been thinking for about 1 day plus and how to really structure and transcend what I'm trying to tell you guys in the best description. If not, it will feel totally like the first one and say, hey, are you alright, Rain? You're just repeating. So if you are traders or you love to do a prediction kind of analysis, like pound is going to crash or Australia is going to crash, which I do it very often, and when I do those public sharing on such movement, so far I'm always right. So that's the thing. It became also a something that really affect you when you engage the trade. Yes, when you engage the trade, the focus should be on have you follow your trade plan, the trading analysis, your trading strategies, are you following it through? You should focus on doing a good trade rather than a profitable trade. I'm not quite sure if this makes sense to you. So the good trade tell me that follow my trade plan. Even I do see signs of a potential market reversal, like over here. Okay, let's rewind a bit back to this interesting candle. This candle, although it is like a 1 hour chart, but it really feel like a few months, when I was looking at this, look left, there's structure. Okay, so yeah, it may slide a bit, then the market may just rebound against me. So that's the thing, you see. So if I never follow through my trade plan, I would pretty much guarantee you I'll take profit. And took my profits and smiling from year to year, then wake up and realize that I've missed the entire trade setup. Alright, so that is also a further confirmation on my end that it's important to follow through the trade than to say that I want this trade to be profitable. And you do enough of that, and provided your strategy are tested, you know what you're doing, you're not jumping the gun, you're not having this FOMO, fear of missing out syndrome, you follow through everything and follow a 2-1 ratio, then that is the time that you get to see that, well, at the end of the year, you thought that you failed miserably because maybe you have more losses than wins. You kind of know it, you have more losing trade than winning trade. But when you receive your account statement, you realize that, hey, I got the profits out of it. How that happened? Alright, is it some of the losing trade is not being tracked into the system? Alright, so that's some of the things that is quite amazing, and I'm not quite sure if you can hear the difference between the two that I share with you. The first one is to keep it like a 2-1 ratio and stuff like that, when you engage the trade, just follow your trade plan, and the second one is more of don't bank off of going right. Ask yourself, if it hit the stops, will it hurt you so much that you may lose your account or even the focus in engaging any trades? That does it make any sense to you? So guys on Facebook, you can hit yes if you agree, and students from Zoom, you can either type or you can either answer through your mind, is fine. Alright, so what do you feel, guys? Does this make sense? really stop of looking into a trade and say, I want to be right on this. Yeah, you want to be successful, you have to stop on that. You have to really follow a trade plan and stop being the detective behind the crime scene. You just see whatever it is, you gather the clues, you see there's enough sign to say that, hey, it's coming down, why not just engage it? Once in a while, the market may trick you or whatsoever, but that's how much it can happen, because if you have tested 100 times per time frame, per pair, per strategy, then you know the outcome of it, and you know that it still favors you. And what you need to do is not to overtrade and just follow it through. Alright, does it make sense to you, Erica? Great. Alright, so let me just share a bit over here. Yeah, so right now, at this moment, we are having this online thing, and today something just came through my mind as well. I was like, why I want to do seminar anymore? Why I even want to do webinar anymore? Yeah, so you can drop me any message and what's your thoughts, So some of you might know that next Tuesday I have a webinar, but I'm more of a invited speaker than a webinar, do my own marketing and stuff like that. What I really want is to help the trading community, and right now we have lowered the entry so much. This video, it will not take so long to load when you are doing on your end, because I'm running multiple streaming device over here. Okay, so you get to see all our past results. My bad, January and April got delayed because I'm very, very busy at this period. But it's amazing profitable months. It's like, you just imagine February, I just want to trade, and some of the guys, my past seminar attendees, friends and stuff like that, say, hey, can you teach me Forex please? So I actually came up with 2 classes without any advertisement. Alright, so we run the class. In the month of February, I never do seminar. From February, I stopped all my offline seminar already. In the month of March, I even don't do any webinar. I just focus in trading, because this is what I love to do. I love the process of trading. Yes, the outcome is eventual of what I'm getting by following my trading rules, if that makes sense to you. So this is what I do right now. All right, so every month, just 297, you get my trade ideas, my entry, stops and target, and that was it at the time. But right now, I do include software that can help you to spot trading setup, entry, stops and targets, trainings, online courses. You see, this is the online LMS portal. You can access it through this tab over here, online courses. Okay, so yeah, so once you access it, you get to see, because I've signed in, you get to see all these things over here. So let's say, let me just sign out. Alright, so let's say if I've signed out, then when I come to this page, the thing that I'll see, I guess is pretty much the same, but I will get to see the price. Alright, so don't be alarmed, there are some free content over here, these two. Okay, and of course the trading mindset is something that is new, the 60-second podcast. Alright, but what I do is the 297. It's not that you have to buy this for 297, buy this for 297, buy this for 297. In fact, when you just subscribe this over here, okay, you get access to all 3. So there's no need to pay 297. All right, so it's just a monthly subscription, and you get access to Traders Educator. And 2970 is in fact the 1 year commitment. So when you commit a 1 year with us, saying that you are serious in this, we're also going to help you. I'm going to also include this harmonic pattern trading. So in fact, the Trade Ideas live session is this lesson over here, the Trade Ideas live over here. It was running at 1598. In fact, I have couple of attendees wanted to attend this, but I'm just not running it right now due to COVID, obviously. All right, so in fact, this is the first motivation that got me to record all the trainings over here. All right, I think you can click see more. All right, and you can see the lineup of the courses and stuff like that. All right, you see, so one of my students is having a recap, and right now back to module 4. So he spent a lot of time on module 1 and module 2, and this is where is the Monopoly, the game Monopoly, that we have to read the rules before we really start playing it. It's just like you have to know this before you start trading. While 2970 open up to this. Okay, so you get 2 months waive off, and you are learning actually the harmonic pattern courses that was going at 5008. All right, so that's that. All right, so thank you guys from Facebook. This is what we have for you today. So if you love to join us for our next student meetup session, which right now we are still continue on, click the link on what I've shared with you earlier on. Check out the traders package. Once you're ready, I'll see you in the community, and till then, remember always plan your trade and trade your plan, and looking forward to see you soon. See you. Alright guys, we are back. Just give me a while to load the MP4.